Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to my channel, All Things Music with Gary Dranow. On my channel, I've got interviews with music industry professionals. I have, of course, lessons. You're coming on a very special day because I've picked a song that is rarely played out by bands because it's so difficult to play and sing, but I'm going to try to demystify the song for you. Not really a beginner song, I'm afraid. This is going to be intermediate advanced. Beginners, I will tell you the trick of how to learn something like this. What the most unique thing about this song is that Jimmy used, he actually flipped the reel of tape around backwards when he was playing a solo. I'm going to be using a reverse delay, and it's not going to sound like the record, but it's something that you can do if you have a reverse delay unit, or maybe you're playing through a Spark 2 amp. So my equipment today is this is a very nice Mexican Strat, and I dropped in 1972 Fender pickups in this, and it sounds great. You know, for $1,300, you can have a perfectly good Stratocaster. You don't need to spend $4,000 or $5,000, or in some cases $20,000, $30,000 to get the tone. I'm getting the tone that I want with this Mexican Strat. Let's introduce the song. Castles Made of Sand was written in 1967 by Jimi Hendrix. He was in Europe at the time, and I believe it was recorded in the United Kingdom, but you'll have to do a fact check on me on that one. But it was released on the Axis Bold as Love album, and maybe my favorite of his 4 albums. And just to give you a quick history on Jimi Hendrix, he recorded his first song as The Experience, Jimi Hendrix and The Experience, which was Hey Joe. He recorded that in 1966. His career spanned from 1966 until he died in 1970. So basically, in 4 years, he put out 4 albums, which were Are You Experienced, Axis Bold as Love, Can't Think of the Third One, and Electric Ladyland. And maybe that was the only 3. But anyways, Jimmy wrote this song about the impermanence of people's dreams, and how dreams often get washed away in the sea like castles made of sand. So like a child would make a castle out of sand, and the tide would come up and away the castle would go. Well, he uses that refrain in the song to really talk about the impermanence of human existence. So you could tune up. I am tuned to E flat as he was on this song. So here's your E flat. Here's your A flat. And this is in E flat standard. It's not in some funky tuning. It's just half step down standard tuning. D flat or C sharp, same thing. F sharp or G flat. Then the B is B flat. And here's your high E, which is E flat. Let me just cover the Spark 2. I use the Spark 2 exclusively for all my practice and actually recording, because it has so many different default settings, and you can change them, which I did with this one. So my main amp is a Head Rush Prime, and I have 2 active Head Rush 12-inch speakers, and I have customized every channel for exactly what I'm looking for. And what I've done with the Prime is I've got 4 rigs, they're called, right next to each other, so I can move between the rigs very quickly and seamlessly for rhythm, solo, total distortion, you know, whatever I want, I've got it right there. So for this, though, I'm using a Spark 2. It's by Positive Grid. It's a $300 amplifier. The Spark 2 is a 50-watt amp, and as you can hear, it sounds great. So I would recommend that if you need a practice amp and an amp to record with, that you get one of these Positive Grid Sparks. So the song starts with so what I am doing is I'm playing a movable chord that he played a lot, and I'm using my thumb on the 6th string, 3rd fret to start this pattern, and I'm using my 3rd finger on the 4th string, 5th fret. I'm playing the G string open. I'm letting it ring while I do this thing. You can hear that G string ringing out. It's droning is what it's called. And then I'm barring the 1st and 2nd string with my 1st finger. And then my pinky finger goes down on the 5th fret, 1st string. And here is the lick. So what I'm doing is I'm sliding down to the 1st fret, up to the 6th fret, back to the 3rd fret, and I'm hammering on the pinky finger on the high E string. Let me do that slowly. The lick goes 2 picks on the low E string that you're holding down with your thumb, sliding up from the 5th fret to the 7th fret with my 3rd finger, and then playing the 5th fret, 5th string, which is a D, with my 1st finger. So it's then the next lick is I'm barring the 3rd and 2nd string, and I'm hammering on with my pinky to the 10th fret. And then after we do the hammer on pull off, we're going to do this lick. So this is a quick hammer on from the 7th fret to the 10th fret. And then we're going to do a double stop on the 7th fret, 4th and 3rd string, and then hammering on the 3rd finger onto the 9th fret, 4th string. And then we do this lick. 5th fret, 6th string to the 3rd fret, 5th string, and then we hit double stop on the 4th and 3rd string with the 3rd finger. And then we do this lick. So I'm barring the 4th and 3rd string, and I'm hammering on with my 3rd finger. And I'm coming down on the 8th fret with my pinky finger and back the double stop. Let me slow that way down. So this is a B flat 6. And then you go G. This is the same chord that we're doing that with. So we go. And then after we hit the G chord with the ringing open G, we go. I'm doing is I'm barring the fifth and fourth string with my first finger. Then I'm holding down my third finger on the fifth fret, fifth string. And that is our intro, and it goes right into the song from there. It starts. Okay, so the song goes, she screamed, "Your disgrace," as she slammed the door in his drunken face. Now he stands outside. All his neighbors start to gossip and drool. He cries, "Oh girl, you must be mad. What happened to the sweet love you and me had?" Against the door he leans, he starts to see as his tears fall and burn his garden green. All right, so that's the verse. So what we're doing is we're playing, let's call it an F5. Your disgrace as she slams the door. Now this is an A minor 7 with embellishments. Then an E minor. And why this looks funny to you is I double stop the fifth and fourth string with my first finger. I've always done this. If your hand's not big enough to do it, hold your E minor like this. But I do it like this. So that was the F5, the A minor 7 with the embellishment, E minor to an E minor at the 7th fret. And he doesn't do this, I do this. And it goes, all his neighbors start to gossip and drool. He cries, "Oh girl, you must be mad. What happened to sweet love you and me had?" Against the door he leans, he starts to see as his tears burn his garden green. And now, for the chorus, we're going to play the intro and sing over it. And this is tough. So it goes, and so castles made of sand slips into the sea eventually. Then it goes to the second verse. There was an Indian brave with war games in the woods with the Indian friends. He built a dream that when he grew up, he'd be a fearless warrior, Indian chief. Many moons passed till the dream was strong, until tomorrow he would play his first war song. He would fight his first battle, but something went wrong. Surprise attack killed him in his sleep that night. So castles made of sand slips into the sea eventually. And after the second verse, we're going to play the solo. The solo is really based around an A minor pentatonic, but because you're using the reverse delay, there's a few notes in here that you could add to the pentatonic to make it sound cool. So if you have a reverse delay, use it. Otherwise, you're going to do something like this. That's basically the idea, and if you don't have reverse delay, you could do what I just did, and that will give you pretty close effect to the solo that he plays. I will probably come back and tape just this solo with the reverse delay at another point. The third verse and final verse comes. There was a young girl who was scarred with a frown. She was crippled for life and she couldn't speak a sound. But she prayed she could stop living, so she decided to die. She wheeled a wheelchair to the edge of the shore, and to her legs she smiled, "You won't hurt me no more." Then a flash came sound and jumped to say, "Look, a golden winged ship is passing my way." Okay, after the end of the third verse, he pauses when she sees the winged golden ship passing her way, and he says, it didn't even have to stop, it just kept on going. And then you play, and so castles made of sand slips into the sea. Eventually, and as I'm doing this lick, which is the same chord that we started the song out with, and this is the same thing at the end of every verse. So it does it 4 times, and on the last time it retards, which means it slows down a little bit. So it's... and kind of let that ring out, and then you go into our very first lick in the song with one difference. And that was Castles Made of Sand. Hopefully the chord charts and the tabs will help you. To make this work in a band setting, your drummer absolutely has to listen to the recording. During the chorus, he's not playing anything, he's quiet. Mitch Mitchell was a really inventive drummer, and I'm fortunate that my drummer, Bob Smith, is able to play exactly what Mitch Mitchell played. So we sound pretty authentic when we play this song. So either get a new drummer or have your drummer listen to it and learn it from the recording. So that's it. Goodbye. Have a great day. Adios.